Puki Jushin Metok Cham Rira Vishin Yinde Gempadi Sangye Shindu Mikte Uwargi Yokun Namda Shinla Chuparsho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryatayami Shridam Soki Choknam La Jamchu Bardu Dagni Kyapsuchi Daki Chinyen Gipe Sunam Ki Drola Benchir Sangye Duparsho Shridam Soki Choknam La Jamchu Bardu Dagni Kyapsuchi Daki Chinyen Gipe Sunam Ki Drola Benchir Sangye Druparsho Chudam Soki Chognam La Jamchu Bardu Dagni Kyapsuchi Daki Chinyen Gipe Sunam Ki Drola Benchir Sangye Druparsho
Show. Shoki. Uh-oh. Okay. We just got through this very hard verse from who?
From whom?
Master Dharmakirti.
Dharmakirti. Yeah, Master Dharmakirti. And the purpose of that verse was to indicate that mainly it was what? You remember? Let's remember where we are. What was it talking about?
The second flavor of emptiness. It was embedded in a part about Sankhya.
Well, it was talking about people who say, I want to go to a better place after I die.
Right.
Oh, right.
So they must be able to distance themselves from it. There must be a Stanley who's not Stanley's body. If Stanley can switch bodies.
That's a freedom.
Yeah. Well, and then he kind of went off the track. He went to a school, a non-Buddhist school, where they said somehow if you could divorce your sense of me from nature, so, you will reach nirvana, right? So if you could divorce Stanley from the college, then you would reach nirvana. So he uses that because there's a line there that says, they hope, the first line of the Dharmakirti says, they hope for something superior. They hope for something better, okay? Like a better body or something like that. So this idea that you could divorce me from your physical setting, or including your body, he used the Sankhya belief to discuss that concept, okay? And somehow that's going to relate to the idea of Jaya, which is what?
Stuff.
Substantial, in the sense of
Self-standing.
Dharmakirti. Yeah, Guy in the Crane. Okay, so we're in the Guy in the Crane school, am I right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, just don't forget where we are. We went on a long detour to the Pramana Vartika because we were talking about schools of thought that believe you can separate Brigitte from Germany. Okay? Or Brigitte from Brigitte's body. Okay? Got it? That she's somehow different from her body. Okay? That she could go to a better body if she wanted to. Okay? Alright, Shenyan. Then he says Shenyan, moreover, on this same idea, Juktik, cockroach commentary. Cockroach commentary. Just kidding. Okay, commentary, which is Gombodotsa, right? Please read, and I will interrupt you. When it's instrumental, lengthen it for your reader's benefit, for your listener's benefit. Ki. So they go like this when they read it in Tibetan. They go, Luk de da ki. They give it 2 meters. Okay. Look at that key. Okay.
Được đã kỳ gan giặc dễ yu du mê par tok par tự kyang nam she nipo.
Go down to here.
Sorry.
Yeah, these are my
Dễ
own
yu
notes.
du mê par tok par ni du pay.
Okay, let's just do that
Or
much.
du-
Look at that key. Those systems. Okay, those systems. Kansa Zeyu de Mebertober Dukyang. They agree. They believe that it's possible to perceive or to realize that the person doesn't exist in a substantial way. Okay, they believe that it's possible to realize that, but Namshe Nipo, they don't agree that you could ever realize that two states of consciousness don't exist in a substantial way. Okay, it is
right.
possible to perceive that the person doesn't exist in a substantial way, but it's not possible to perceive that two states of consciousness don't exist in a substantial way. So what's the connection between those two?
The person in the consciousnesses?
Yeah. What's the connection? Why is he saying all this? You know, first he says you can see that the person's not substantial, but those people don't understand that the two states of consciousness are not substantial.
Because he's being critical of the mind only school.
Where he's being critical of us, no?
Sorry.
It's a school, well,
Mm.
I don't think so.
This is pre-mind-only.
It's a school which says you can understand that Betz is not substantial, not self-standing, okay? But you can't say that of those two consciousnesses which are the core of Betz. Which are the core of Betz, okay? Which are behind everything in Betz.
The operator
They
of
are
the
the
brain.
witness, the witness states of mind. You can either call it the awareness of your thoughts, which includes all your sense awarenesses of the previous moment. In the Abhidhamma, that's a very useful idea, okay? When you say awareness of my thoughts, your thoughts include all the sense perceptions of the moment before. Okay? They become your thought, yiki keche, the dhatu of the mind, in the next moment. Dhatu of the mind is the object of the dhatu of the consciousness of the mind.
Thoughts.
Colors and shapes, eye consciousness. Sounds, ear consciousness. Thought and awareness of thoughts, but thought includes what you saw with your senses the moment before.
Right. Wow.
Okay?
So it all becomes thought?
Yeah.
It's all apprehendable.
So therefore, the consciousness of that thought is so core to you that it must be substantial
Wow.
in this school. And the one witness, the witness of all,
Also must be.
the last one in the buck stops here, okay? The one who's witnessing everything else, that one is real, substantial.
That one would
Okay,
be
substantial.
That's
There you.
Kunshi in this case.
No, now Kunshi is another example.
Oh.
Okay, so there's two consciousnesses mentioned.
Okay.
Then Kunshi is the place where all the seeds live. And come on, everything's flowing from that. It's also the end of the line. It's also the buck stops here. Okay, everything's flowing out of that. So that must have some kind of substantial existence.
Yeah.
So either the witness is substantial, or the place where everything's flowing from is substantial to these guys. But Betz is not. We can buy that Betz is not
Sure.
self-standing. But you gotta say the witness who's after everything, who's witnessing everything, he gotta be self-standing somehow.
Substantial.
Because if he's not, then what does he depend on? Okay? And or Kunshi, foundation, storehouse consciousness. That's gotta be substantial. Because it doesn't depend on anything else. It's the bottom of the line. It's the end of the line. It's the last train station. Okay.
So they're saying it's either one or the other of those is self-standing and substantial?
That's what Tsongkhapa said. They believe that it's possible to understand that the person is not substantial,
Right.
but it's not possible. They don't agree that it's possible to understand that these two states of consciousness are not substantial.
So it's not or, it's the two.
It's the two.
Right, Nipo is the two.
Yeah, he just said that too. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. Kansa ranga tupe zesu mepa namawani. Those who profess, okay, that the person has no substantial existence in the sense of self-standing, okay, those who profess that, kansa ki rangi dobane yinki, kansa ki tsenshi, namshe, deta dirpa mino. Now, you gotta understand the word rangdok, okay? Rangi dopa. This is what we say, zejik dopa tade. Okay, zejik dopa tade.
Flavor.
What's the famous example of that
7-Eleven.
phrase? Yeah, Rinpoche had all his teeth taken out. Well, he went to the dentist who said he should take all his teeth out. And I remember on that day, before he went in, he was thirsty. So I took him to a 7-Eleven next door. It's Freehold, in Freehold. I took him to the 7-Eleven next door and he said, find me a drink in here that doesn't have corn syrup. And I'm like, there is none. You know, that's why Americans are all have diabetes. And he's like, and he got diabetes later. But anyway, he was like, God, this is a place in Zechi Dopatane. Okay, everything is the same crap in a different package. He said it like that. It's all the same crap in different package. It's all sugar and milk and flour in different packages. You know? It's all bad for you. So then I said, well, what's dopatade mean? Because, you know, Zeichik I understand. It's all the same crap stuff. But what's dopa mean? He says, then he's like, the opposite of all that is not. Got it? Isn't that cool? That's Rangdo. Okay, so to understand Rangdo, you have to understand Adam's text. Okay, the identity of a thing is the opposite of all that is not. Okay, so Coca-Cola and Pepsi are Zeichik. They're the same crap, but they're dopatade. The opposite of all that they're not is a different identity. Their identity is different. One is called Coke, one is called Pepsi. They come in a different package. Okay. So this do, which means to turn back, right? Yeah, in the Abhisamankara description of the Wheel of Life, Lung Jung Lung Dok, right?
Backwards and forwards.
Backwards and forward progression. Okay, so Dok, by the way, it can be spelled BZL, and you should know that.
Right.
This is a Damka.
Ndo.
Okay, it can be spelled ZL. Okay,
What dope?
Dok. Yeah.
Isn't it the same dope?
Prenasal.
Isn't that?
Yeah, same
To
same
impute?
meaning. Just a Damka, spelling Damka. Alternate spelling. Okay. So Kazaki Rangi Dopane Yinki. Person as a person, bats as bats. Bats as different from Phil. Okay? That they say is not substantial. Okay? When they say the person is not substantial, they're talking about bats. Okay? The person. But they say you cannot say that about the tsenshi of the person. Okay? And tsenshi in logic or in Rang Luk's, what's a Rang Luk we had yesterday?
And humans.
Whose text?
Sugam?
Yeah, in Sugam's text we finally reached
Wrong.
Rang Luk,
Yeah.
what we believe about Marikpa, about misunderstanding. We finally had Rang Luk, which means, okay, what do we believe? Don't tell me some debate with somebody else. What do we believe? And typically you have a definition, you have divisions, and then you have
Example.
classic example, senshi. Okay, senshi, classic example. Name foundation, or definition or quality foundation. Senshi, senshi. Okay, what's the senshi of kansa in this school? You know, if you got to point to a senshi, you know, they keep talking about kansa. What is the thing which is kansa? Come on, he says it.
Body and mind.
The
Yeah,
consciousness.
non-awareness.
Yeah, it's those two awarenesses. It's those two namshi.
Those two.
Okay,
Wow.
namshi na. Okay, got it?
No.
We believe that the person is, we understand the person is not substantial. But the thing you would point to as being the person, which is those two consciousnesses, now that's substantial.
And that's not mind only. And
I don't know what school we're in, I think lower middle way, I'm not sure, or even lower. He didn't, it's people who think Rangyatupa.
yeah.
It's people who deny Rangyatupa actually. So second flavor.
Yeah.
Okay. So far that's as far as we got. He didn't name any names.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just thought those two consciousnesses.
Now,
were so
Rang
unique.
Dog, you know, in and of itself, Rang Dog, the person is not substantial in the sense of self-standing. But, you know, things you could point to as being that person, they are substantial. So now you can almost say the person as the idea of the person is not substantial. But the person as those two kinds of consciousness, which are what we call person, those are substantial.
The idea of
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So beds as a idea, you know, general beds, as the opposite of all that she's not. Okay. As a person, that's not substantial. But when you get down to it, and you say, well, show me beds, then in this school you got to say the end of the line, the last train stop, which is what? The witness who's aware of everything else about beds. That's got to be self-standing. It can't be relying on something else. There's nothing under it. Okay. Or you could say the kunshi.
Yeah, it seems like it should be one or the other.
Now, is there one school that's accepting both? I don't know. He's just using it as an example. That's the end of the quotation by. No.
Jason.
Jetson Kappa. Okay. I went and got it for you. It's always good to make sure it's the same thing. And he quotes it exactly, which is unusual. But I thought you might like to see the part that came just before that, because it clarifies it a little bit. Okay, so I pulled it out for you. Okay, and it's a page. Okay, let's just go through it quickly. It'll help you appreciate that selection which is taken out of context, which is isolated. Okay, so here's what came before. Pumbo le tadebe dag me. There's no dag, which is tade from the pumbo.
There's no
Self, which is separate from the part.
Distinct.
separate from.
There's no self, which is distinct from the five heaps.
Right.
So you cannot say, I would rather have a different body.
Right.
Who said that?
We don't always say that. Okay. Maybe it should, okay. And they're on the subject. Obviously, they're on our subject. Okay. Do Shen Le Kyang. Moreover, there's that sutra that says, you should control your mind. It doesn't say you should control yourself. Got it? Are you your mind? We just talked about people who say, I'd rather have a different body. That means they distance themselves from their body. Now he says, you should control yourself. What do you mean? Control your mind. That implies that your mind is
Not you.
Is you.
Separate.
Well, yeah.
It's yours.
Who's controlling?
Yeah.
Well, the mind meaning your mind.
Yeah. So then in that case, yeah, it is separate.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
That's like saying make your body healthy.
Crane operator.
But-
Crane.
That's only implying that the body, it's not necessarily
Drink green
implying your
drinks.
mind. Right?
It's only
To help your
implying-
body.
You're not
That
your
means
body.
you're separate from your body.
Here it's implying your mind.
You're the owner, and you have a
Instead of
body
saying
that you
control
should take
yourself,
care of.
it's control your
Yeah, I
mind.
get it.
Yeah, I like it. I didn't really appreciate what he was saying. Yeah, control your mind means you are not your mind.
Seems to.
You should control your
Control
mind.
your job doesn't mean you're the
Then this is a very famous. This is a very famous couple of lines from Sutra. Okay, Samduwani lekmate, Samduwani dewaden. It's a good thing if you can control your mind. When you control your mind,
Remember
you are bringing yourself happiness. Okay.
Oh,
Then
Jen. Cool.
you are
When you remember.
you are
Reeling it in.
reeling in happiness. Okay, you are bringing yourself happiness. De chirnganzen be shi semla dak che dak so shi. Therefore, the thing that people take as being me, the basis which people take as being me is mind. And in here, mind is being referred to dak. Dak means given the name, dok, named, projected, imputed, dak. Okay. So it's the way I said it in the first place. Yeah, you should control yourself. When he says you should control your mind, he means you should control yourself. He's equating your mind with yourself.
Okay.
Okay. So, Toge Barwa Lenkyang. Toge Barwa also says the Blaze of Reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
Who wrote it?
Baba Viveka.
Yeah, good. Baba Viveka. In explanation of?
Sorry.
Are you regarding that?
Arya Deva.
Are you dead?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Anyway, Didar Ko Chakyan Tane do number Shibala Daki Dram Musa Dokte. We also nominally are referring to consciousness with the word me. Musa. That's what we directly call me. Is the consciousness.
Yeah.
Okay. Dita number Shipani Yangsi number Chudakino. We call consciousness the self because it's the thing that takes rebirth.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Okay. It's the
Yeah.
thing that takes that, so that must be the real me.
It's compelling.
Feels like
The thing that takes the rebirth. Because the rest you lose. Everything else that could have been me is lost when you take rebirth, except the self, the consciousness that takes the rebirth.
Sure sounds like taking on another body.
Shay Lu the woman something Dala Nero Dobe Chute. Shay Lu the woman so talk la Nero Dobe Chute. Then it says, because the name me is given also to the body and to the sense powers, the collection of sense powers. By normally, my body, me. Okay, I look good today. That means you must be your body. Okay. Alright. Deyan dokachik le samduna dewa topasuma. So in some sutras it says, if you control your mind, you will achieve happiness. Okay. Kachi du dak tulwe tori topasumbe. And then this law is a slight disjunctive, whereas some other sutras say, if you can control yourself, you will go to a higher realm. Okay. Semla. Therefore, in this case, they must be referring to the mind as you.
Because he referred to it.
Yeah,
as
because
mind.
that's what you. If you control your mind, you go to a higher realm. Okay. Okay.
But wait a minute, the Prati Moksha vows
Huh?
are about
Okay. Must be a different school. Pumbo Lenken ni da yin la. The person who takes on the five skandhas at rebirth must be the dot. Must be me. Me must be the person who takes a new. By the way, Pumbo Skanda, heat, can mean body. In some cases, it can refer only to the first skanda. Okay, Pumbo tar. We burned his body when he died. Pumbo tar. We burned his pumbo means we burned his body.
Pile of flesh.
So you got to be careful with the word pumbo used colloquially. It can refer to the body itself, not to the mind.
Do you think it
So-
is here?
I don't know. I'm just saying it's possible.
Sorry.
Pumbo Lenken, but here it's the person who takes on the 5 heaps. But who's that? If it's not, because the 5th heap is your mind.
Consciousness.
But consciousness is the 5th heap.
I was going to ask that question.
Yeah. Who is it that takes the rebirth?
If not one of the
Who assumes the mantle of the 5 heaps?
Must be
Who
me.
puts on the 5 heaps? If one of them is your mind.
Yeah, one of the
Must
substantial
be me.
consciousnesses.
Okay, yeah. Namshi ki kyang, namshi ki kyang, namshi ki yangsi lembichir. It's the consciousness that takes on rebirth. Yangsi means rebirth. Rebirth. Yangsi.
Again, life.
Other
Yeah,
being.
again life. Yeah. Okay. Namshe ki yangsi lembichir. The namshe, it's your consciousness that takes on the new life, new birth. Therefore, cheer, namshe is the dot. I must be my mind. I must be my consciousness. I must be whoever takes on rebirth. I must be whoever crosses into a new life and takes on new parts. Even if one of those parts is
One of the.
mine. I must be the consciousness.
It's also my consciousness.
Michael, the real Michael, core Michael, must be the Michael who takes on the 5 heaps in his next life, even though one of those is also
It's
mine.
the 5th.
Yeah. Okay.
That doesn't
Got it?
make any sense.
It's okay. A new one, or
No, I mean the
a new working
consciousness-
mind. How's that?
Consciousness is a label on multiple.
Well, this is
units
why
of
we
time,
don't
so-
we don't accept this. But anyway, it doesn't sound bad.
It's not too bad.
That sounds
You know,
right.
tell me what's your core. It's either the foundation consciousness where all the stuff's coming out of. That must be the real Michael. Or it's the guy who takes the next rebirth. The mind. It's not the body because the body gets burned. It's not me. The only thing left is my mind. Almost. If you don't think about it, damn it, do you?
Seems right.
Okay, Chen Namse Dr. Shagashe, Rigbe Dupje Mao. This is the logic they give. Okay? This is the proofs they give. Lopen di Kunshi Mishepe. This particular master never accepted Kunshi in the first place. Okay? Lulami Noshiki Yiki Namshe. So all he's left with, as someone who takes the body in the next birth, is the consciousness of the thoughts.
Which I kind of like.
Okay? If you don't accept Laya Vijnana, if you don't accept foundation consciousness, then the only consciousness you got left to work with is the consciousness of your thoughts, the witness, the witness mind. That must be what takes on. Which Lopan he's talking about, I don't know. Okay. Kunshi min dupa shenyan denando. And it's the same with other people who don't accept Kunshi. Okay.
Not just that master.
Kunshi dupe. Now, if you do accept Kunshi, namshe Kunshi namshe ni kazaki sensher mao, then you could say that the classic, what you point to as the person, is the Kunshi. What's the core of the person? It's the foundation consciousness, the storehouse consciousness, the place where all the seeds are kept. Okay, cool.
So in other words, if you believe there's a kunchi, then that's the me, not the witness. Is that what that's saying?
Yeah.
Say again?
If you do accept that there's a kunchi, then
Yeah.
you must accept that that's the me and not the witness,
I think you could say that.
because the
I think
kunchi
you
is
could say
producing
that.
the witness.
I think you could say that Kunshi takes precedence over witness for those guys. But let's see if we
Whoever
have
these
any more
guys are.
clarification.
Yeah.
Because he lumped them together so far.
Okay.
Our guy. You know. But I just thought you'd like to see what Tsongkhapa was talking about before he hit that part. Okay, because I think it's really relevant. And I had such trouble with the whole thing that I had to go look. So you just crack away. You just keep cracking away at little pieces. Where can I go, you know? I don't understand. You know, just crack. Your text, I outlined it. I outlined the whole thing. I went to the whole, did the whole outline.
Oh my god.
Then I still couldn't understand it. And then you just keep, you do whatever you can do, Are there other commentaries to the 60 verses? And you just keep, then we put all of Gyaltsab Che's book in a folder and we searched that. You see, it's like, how did he use this word in other books? And you just keep chipping away, and then sooner or later the thing falls down. Okay.
There are other commentaries, aren't there, in the Penguin?
Yeah. So we should get familiar with them. Kepa Chinkate, Rangipatan. Now, this is sort of an answer to your question. Kepa Che, let's do a vote. What's vote mean?
We're gonna check it
So-
to
We're gonna
the
check it,
finder.
go for
it.
Go
Yeah,
for
I
it.
think
spelled
there's
correctly.
I think this is not spelled correctly. Because I believe the verb here is nje,
Oh, divide?
to make a distinction. It's not make a distinction, it's divide a distinction.
Oh.
Okay, so we're going to take a vote. We're going to do this gopher vote. Okay. I hate gophers, but that's another story. I have a gopher eating up my garden. He refuses to be caught.
You ever see the movie Caddyshack, Keshler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's 50 ways to kill him,
Yeah.
but I don't want to kill him. So.
I heard a hose works.
Okay, here we go. Wait,
With poison
we do it in 2 days.
You seem to get Bill Murray.
I could take biogas from the college.
Shoot it down his hole.
I got that comic buddy.
By the way, it'd be nice to have a couple carvings of it, and
I think we have.
We have one.
Yeah.
well, it'd be nice to have.
And then
There's
we've
gotta
got
be.
2 published versions, but there's only one scan
So
that,
far.
so far.
He's hard. The only place I know of an original carving is Petersburg. So we really need someone nice to go to the library.
Actually, is it the Russian Academy
Buy
of Sciences?
vodka.
Is it the Russian Academy of Sciences? Is that
Yeah.
what
I
it was?
asked,
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not sure, yeah.
It's Biblioteca Vostokovedena
There is a mosque.
of. It's not the Petersburg Universitet.
No.
It's
Academy of
the
Science.
Akademia
Academia
Naukov. Yeah, Akademia Naukov. Okay. Okay, here we go. Vote. Vote.
All right.
We're watching the bottom. There's 124 for this guy. Oh man!
Oh wow!
Wow.
That's
pretty close.
What is it, even?
It's almost
Almost.
even.
That's a sucker's vote.
So now should we look at this?
That's like Clinton and
Clinton.
Trump. Two bad choices.
So we better get to the one that barely lost.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna change it then.
We can look at the scan.
Oh, I got a better idea. Oh no, you'd have to go to all of Choni Lama's books and
Oh yeah, you can search his
okay, search all his books and see which one he prefers.
Yeah.
So make a folder of all until the relational database is functioning. You'll have to make a folder of all his books.
Okay, what was the other spelling? Just out.
Oh, yeah, same spelling. Okay, I would prefer that. But anyway, here we go. He says, not only can you distinguish between these two guys.
Donde?
Which two guys?
The
Oh.
Yiki no Bishop on the Kunchi.
Guys who say that the core Stanley is the witness,
Mhm.
and guys who say that the core Stanley is the foundation consciousness.
Mhm.
Okay? She says you should, you have to. Good. You have to divide between these two guys. You have to make a distinction. Rangyupas,
Mhm.
there's
Swap
There's
touch
lower
with
middle ways.
Independent.
They're the guys who say witness.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay? And Namrikpa.
Mind only or
Yeah, so
Conceptualist.
Namrikpa is a synonym for
mind only school? No, what?
in Tibetan,
Samsung?
Semtampa, which is a synonym for. I'm going to keep going until you don't understand something.
Yoga Chan.
Neljo Chupas?
Oh man. Yoga Chaya. Yoga Chaya.
Bachar.
Namrikpa and Namrikpa in Sanskrit?
That's what I was just
Oh,
thinking.
we looked it up. I
We
think.
did look it up. Okay.
The conceptualist.
Soki, Kaza Rando Netayu de Dukyang. They- All of these guys, apparently both of them. Yeah, it might be Visnyan about it.
Wow.
That's a snake, Namrikpa Mawa. Anyway.
Maybe,
Soki Kaza Rando Netayu de Dukyang. They agree that the person in and of itself, or the manifestation of the person, let's say person in and of itself, is Daya. Now you get the opposite of Zaya. It's just nominal. It's just nominal. Beth is me. Beth is her, but
Not
just
me.
in a name. But her witness state of mind is the real Beth.
Right.
It's the real person. Okay? Beth is just a name. Okay, so here you've got Dagya as opposed to Zaya. Okay? And then obviously it means something completely different by the time you get to Prasangika. Okay? My name only, existent name only.
Is this what you have translated as the simple me?
No, this Dagya is nominal.
Just nominal.
Yeah, as opposed to Zaya.
Right, right.
Okay, so get used to that distinction. You've had Zayu now for a while, and if someone says, no, not Zayu, Dagya. Tak,
Top.
not Tak. Tagya would mean he's all tied
No,
up.
I didn't say the G.
Okay, Dagya.
The top.
By the way, is this one spelled correctly?
Not Burkhard.
Yeah, it's finally spelled correctly.
Yeah.
This person has spelled it correctly. Past tense of ndo, to apply a name. Okay, to give a label. Labeling. Okay, labeled. Labeled's not so bad. Daya, okay? So, the person in and of itself, or the expression of the person, is daya, is nominal, just labeled. Okay, result of labeling.
That's kind of cute. Expression is a label.
Oh yeah, okay. But the person who is the consciousness, okay? Namshe Yimbe Kansa. The person as the consciousness is Zayu.
Wow.
That's the real
Yes.
one. That's substantial. Okay. And you can say, look, Ishlan, this is all philosophy, let's get real. But it's a real question, So, do you look good today? Yes. I finally wetted my hair. And actually I didn't, but then, okay, so when you die, will you have hair? And you said, no. Then you're not your hair. Right, I'm not. So you have your hair. Right, I had my hair. And, okay. So who are you? Who is the you? I'm the witness. In the end, I guess I'm my thoughts. I'm not my hair, I'm my thoughts. Yeah, but you lose your thoughts and you have to take new thoughts later. So yeah, it must be the person behind the thoughts. Okay, well, where are you? Who are you? And finally, in the highest middle way, what? That's where her text is going to, and that's why her book is called A Meditation on Emptiness. Where are we going to in the end?
We're the main
The left.
third and the
You are the
fourth
opening
seat.
of your seat.
Yeah.
You are the opening of your seats. And that's useful, for example, in the study of meditation.
Right.
You can go on and on. It's all bull hockey. Put your left foot up first. This your other channel. Use a cloth mat, use a straw mat, use what do you call that? The seeds? Shells.
Buckwheat hulk.
Use buckwheat hawks. No. Close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. Put your hands here. Put your hands here.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. And then in the end, some cop is like, keep your morality. Your meditation is the result of your seeds, and so are you. That's all you are. Okay, that's all you ever were. Yeah, but that's not enough. I don't feel like I'm me anymore. I don't feel like a person anymore. If I'm just seeds opening. Yeah, but if you are just seeds opening, you can become a Buddha. You know, if you were not seeds opening, you couldn't become a Buddha, because then you'd be out there. Got it? If you're not coming from the seeds, you're stuck. You have to die. Okay. If you are coming from seeds, there's hope. You got a path. You got a way to go. Okay, got it? So it is important. It's not just stupid arguments about witnesses and seeds and seed kunchis. Okay. Dende dame ten la beb cheke rikpa mangyang. There's a lot of different proofs. Rikpa here means proofs, okay? There's a lot of different proofs for establishing bemje, ten lam beb. That'd be a good, and I'm sure you have it already. Ten la beb. Ten la beb is a difficult idiom, and it means for establishing, okay? The fact, I like to translate it that things are not themselves. Okay.
It's 8:45 to so.
Meaning
Meaning we're supposed to start Allison's text at this time with no break, according to the schedule.
no BP.
Yeah.
We should have little tubes under here,
Yeah. Or we can start studying at 6 a.m.
and they could go directly to the people below. They could go to the cafeteria. Anyway, dende da mela tenda bear chicken different money. There's a lot of different reasonings for proving this kind of nosa. Zeya, rankya tupi zeya, okay? But they're chungshin jupala. Hey, how about if I give you just a few of them? I'll say a bit about it. Chungse ju means I'll say a bit about it. And we'll do it in two parts. Tak gupa and su dupa. Tak
The way you do
gupa.
it?
Yeah.
And
No, I will set forth those
Kupa.
proofs. I will state those proofs, and then I'll sudrupa. Somebody tell me that, and we can change.
The method we prove.
I'll give you a clue. It's not really a clue. It's telling you the whole thing.
Nice.
So sumdrupa.
Oh, the three modes.
Oh, the three ways of proof or
Yeah.
something.
It's
Let's prove the three relationships.
Where? Oh, it's also Nimba.
Okay, one is three. If three, two. If not two, not three. I just taught it yesterday, so it's fresh. Okay, one is three. If three, two. If not two, not three. Okay. So I'm going to give you those. I'm going to give you those proofs, and then we're going to check their validity. We're going to do a validity check on the three relationships.
Wow.
Okay. Do the three relationships hold? Yeah, it is cool. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Cool. And we're going to disprove Rangyatupa. The purpose of those proofs is to disprove Rangyatupa, self-standing. Okay, substantial in the sense of self-standing. When we say substantial in the sense of self-standing, it implies
Those two consciousnesses.
there's other
a
kinds
different
of
kind of substantial.
Oh, right.
Okay, there's other kinds of substantial
Uh-huh.
in other
Right.
schools.
Okay.
Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Sashi.
Sangye Shingdu Mite Owargi Gokun Namda Shingla Druparsho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Gamniryatayami Di Gewokun Sunam Yeshe Sotsokshing Sunam Yeshe Lejungwe Tambar Kunyi Tobar Sho.
By the way, you asked about, is there anybody that might accept both consciousnesses as
Yeah.
there is a special division of the Svatantrika called Neldra Chippe Umarangipa.
Yeah, right.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Kamala Shilas.
Those who lean towards the middle way. Lower middle way who lean towards the mind only.
Right, yeah.
There's a school called lower middle way who lean towards the mind only.
Shantarakshita.
Who is the big guy in this school? Who is the big
And
guy?
Kamala
in this
Shiva.
school?
Kamala
I
Shiva,
don't remember, to be
Shantarakshita.
honest, but he says it's that, probably.
Kamala Shiva via Shantarakshita.
So those guys would say there's both.
I'm just saying they could. Who's the big guy who's not that?
Baba Viveka?
Yeah, okay.
He's the only guy
So I'll
left.
buy that. Yeah. Oh, there is another guy.
Really?
I forget his name.